Happy New Year, fam. Hey, so the whole thing I'm doing out here is creating the best version of myself. That soldier with that warrior mentality, that unstoppable mindset, with no limiting beliefs, that's living aligned with God, passionate about what I'm doing, and sharing it with you. So in turn, you can learn the process. You can see my transformation. You can apply it to your own life. Acquire the daily habits you need to be the man that you want to be for yourself, your family, your people. All right? Sharing where I'm coming from, where I was at, where I'm at now, and where I'm going. All right? I mean, just look at New Year's, for example. Just a microcosm of how my life was for 30 years, where I was at. New Year's Eve, for sure, 100% wake up, get lifted, blaze out hard, right? We all us stoners use whatever random day as an excuse to just blaze harder, right? So wake up. Always been a pretty early wake up dude, but never with no purpose, right? Just wake up to get lifted. New Year's Eve, no different, just a little more extreme, right? A little more hyphy, a little more ready to get lifted, get through the day, get the party cracking. So wake up, get lifted, go to work. Okay, remember, 30-year pothead, man. Morning, noon, and night. Ever since I first touched it, whatever, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, something like that. My boys would know, right? But just grabbed me and I was all in. And unfortunately, I could perform at a decent enough level in life that I could rationalize it in my head. Like, oh, I've hit a home run high. I could dip a ball, 360 dunk, smash on your face, right? Run, work out, score touchdowns. I could do that high. So unfortunately, in my mind, I could rationalize it, negotiate it out, and it was just a weenie, dude. Straight weak-minded. Do what I want to do. Pleasure seeking. Could not delay the gratification and see the end goal. No matter who told me. No matter how much you knew, you couldn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Young, feeling it out, figuring it out, whatever. The breezy made excuses, rationalizing, excuse making, negotiating. I could perform at a good enough level in whatever I was doing that I could rationalize it. And I could make it work, not realizing that the habit I was forming was holding me down, holding me back, was just a terrible way to live. And it carried on through my marriage, my parenting, everything like that. Any rate, back to the story of every New Year's Eve since then. Shit, 30 years. Get blasted, get blazed, get smoked out in the morning, go to work, right? Whatever random job I had. Construction, manufacturing, you name it, whatever. When you're living that life, when you ain't aligned, when you got no purpose, you bounce around. You know what I mean? It's all based on the money, paying the bills. It ain't about nothing real. So go to work, whatever job it may be, blaze out again at break or lunch. Everyone all hype at work. You guys know how it is New Year's Eve or these holidays. Everyone hype, right? Boss probably let you off early. Most of my jobs, get off early, New Year's Eve. No worries. All right. So that, again, it's almost like work is just the excuse to get out the house and get the party rolling. Okay. So we're blazing all day. Instantly get off, right? I usually was the ride, or if I got a ride from someone, we're straight to the liquor store. Tall cans. Let's hit it. Boom. And from there, I really don't even have to explain the rest. Bash, right? Whether I'm going to a party, whether the party is at my house, my kids seen it all. We've had a million Garlic Fest, New Year's, random Tuesday afternoons with case after case, whatever. All my boys, all my wife and her friends, everybody come over. Drinking is the thing to do. Blazing blunts, you know the deal. Various substances cracking all over the place. And New Year's Eve, no different, just a little more special. Everybody wants to stay up till midnight, whatever. Everybody gonna eat, drink, and be merry for tomorrow I die, or in the case of New Year's, tomorrow I start living right. So 30 years, boom, bash. You know what I'm saying? Get it in, right? Stay up till midnight, whatever. Wake up the next day. Probably had a bunch of plans, but I realized as a pothead, I ain't even started no plans till January 2nd, because not only am I addicted to all these other substances, but I'm a huge sports fan, dog. So it's nothing but a great excuse to have a sack, roll a bunch of blunts, start with the bong rips in the morning. I was always a bong dude. Rip this bong in the morning, got my pack of blunts rolled up, and I'm watching nothing but college football, right? All day. Waste of a day, whatever. Not even realizing, like, I'm using it as recovery day, but it's just a waste of a day, man. You don't need to recover, right? You're supposed to start the recovery before you even get hammered. You know what I mean? But whatever. 30 years. I'm just telling you what my process always was every New Year's, whether I had New Year's resolutions or phony goals or whatever the case may be. It always started with bash New Year's Eve and get blazed all New Year's Day, watch college football, right? And that's what it was. And that was a microcosm of my life, man. That's how it all cracked off every day, up until the last, 6 months or so, 5 months, who knows? Whatever the case may be, when I finally found that purpose. But that's the way I was living. Again, like I said, through the most important things of life, right? Through 30 years out of 46, you know what I'm saying? Substance driven, vice driven, pleasure seeking driven, right? God bless my family. My wife is the absolute best. She would always, she was sent to me and would tell me all the time what to do, what would make our relationship better. But I wasn't hearing it. I wasn't having it. I would point the finger back at her. What do you do? What do I do? Rah, rah, rah. Millions of fights, bro. Millions of fights because of victimizing and blaming that I was doing, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, you're the man, fool. Man the hell up, right? Same with my kids. Raised my kids, coached them, everything, man. But was never that 110% full, was never that A+ version, was never that 10.0 self, right? That freaking warrior, that soldier, right? And I knew how I should do it, but I just didn't do it because of the rationalization, the vices, the excuses, no alignment, right? Again, I talked about it before. Anybody can go to church on Sunday, fool. And if you have half a decent pastor, they've told you, you are the church, right? You are the representation of Christ on the earth. But myself, many of you can feel me on this, Sunday's the day we do it, right? And I blaze blunts before church, y'all. And I'm not even playing with you or nothing like that. Ain't no shame in it. But you gotta not do it, man. Once you're putting that on the pedestal when you're supposed to put God on the pedestal. But the point is, you're supposed to be the church 7 days a week, man, 8 days a week, 24/7. You're supposed to be that example showing other fools how Christ lived, how Christ wants you to live. And again, I'm going to keep hitting you with this. God is telling you every second of the day in your conscience. That's God talking to you, fool. That is not, when you have something crazy happen like, oh, I should do this, and then you do it, some weird voice, some random voice telling you whatever, and then you do it, and it works out, and you're like, whoa, how did that, do you really think that's you? That's not you, fool. That if we're doing it, our choice is please the flesh, right? Pleasure seek, fulfill that want, okay? But God's telling you in your conscience exactly what to do, how to live, when to turn right, when to turn left, where to go, what to do, how to do it. We just don't listen, right? So again, the past 30 years, man, not living right, not playing right. I've got to a point now, right? And, to speak of the family and the stuff, man, we've been through some stuff, not to compare with anybody else or say who's what, when, how. But I'm just saying, If you've been through some stuff, man, parenting is crazy. Marriage is crazy. And I'm crazy. I embrace it. I've always, I talked about my temper and my emotional weakness. I'm crazy. Period. But being married, man, I've been married 23 years. Talk about 30 years of vices. I've been married 23 years. I'm only 46. Do the math on both of them. Okay? I had kids super young. My oldest stepson is like 10 years younger than me. 11 years, what? I mean, man, and, awesome dude, man. Great dude. All three of my stepsons, all three of my daughters came out awesome, man, but could have provided a better life for them, man. We bounced from house to house, man, lived check to check, Section 8, you know what I'm saying? Through the grace of God, making ends meet all these times, doing all these side jobs, these hustles, this umpiring, garage, construction, build this, build that, whatever. We always made it work, but not how it's supposed to be, right? Not how it could have been, not how it should have been. But I'm here now, and I'm embracing that as part of the message to you, your relationships, your family. The regret is the guideline. If it's regret attached to whatever you're doing, drinking, smoking, partying, snorting, sniffing, shooting, rolling the ball, man, 10-2, full. There is regret absolutely attached to that. You need to drop it ASAP, right now, today. No matter how hard you think it is, it will get easier, man. And then when you get bored, you're going to want to do it again. That's where your daily habits come in, dog. That's where you establish that foundation. So when you want to go roll that bowl, roll that blunt, right? Grab that tall can, you already know. Nope, I'm going to smash burpees. Nope, I got to get to Ant Dogs. I got 5 o'clock class. You set up your daily habits, preemptive strike, fool. Preemptive strike on the vices. They ain't going nowhere. And to the point of giving them up. If you just give up the vices, and let's say your life were to go to hell in a handbasket, that stuff ain't going nowhere. It'll be, hey, if you lose your wife, family, job because you quit drinking, by all means, if that's what you need to do. But that ain't going to happen. Things only get better, man. You think at your job they won't notice an uptick in production, energy, vibration, frequency when you're off the alcohol? Fool, look how we do it, bro. Okay? You're out of shape, right? Let's say you got myself, 265 pounds. That ain't me, right? So let's say 45 pounds overweight. Okay? Just use me as an example. Lose a job, right? Or goes through something. Let's just say you lose your job. You get laid off. It's happened to me. So you hate the way you look. You're now super disappointed and scared, not knowing what you're going to do financially. Then you add some alcohol. You pour alcohol on top of it, man. That's a recipe for disaster, dog. That's a recipe for absolute disaster. Much less, again, all my boys, all my family out there who you're using that drink as an excuse to meet up with that fool that got the bag of white. That's a whole just destructive cycle, bro, of shame, regret, guilt. Terrible. So you got to build your day based on, I'm going to go through daily adversity, get myself up early, do this hard workout when I'm tired, sore, not wanting to. So you build that toughness, man. You callous yourself, your spirit. So when things do hit the fan, you already are ready. Nope. I ain't gonna lose. I ain't gonna fall. I ain't gonna slip. I know I'm gonna stick with my process. There's a greater purpose involved. I'm aligned with the Lord, and I'm gonna stay right there because you've already dialed in the process. So again, we talked about alignment. Okay, daily process, right? It's super simple, man. Super simple. Drop the vices, wake up early, do some reading and reflection with a personal development book, a spiritual I don't care, man. You have to add your own flavor to it, okay? But that's how you start the day. Then you add the macronutrients. Hey, man, just eat right. Stop putting all the bullcrap in your coffee. Don't eat no damn donut, right? You know what to eat. Start there. The macronutrients is a fancy word that has a meaning and a purpose and will help you. But if you ain't got that, if you don't know what that means, like I didn't forever, right? Then just eat smart. 4 or 5 meals a day of some good food, man. Some vegetables, right? A little meat, some carbs that are good, right? You don't got to take it extreme to get the ball rolling. When you want to get extreme and get dialed, hit me up and we'll get it absolutely cracking. We'll get you on that soldier plan, fool. But hey, those are the first 4. Then you daily workout. Absolutely need to push yourself physically every single day, right? Those are the daily habits. Then you can start seeing, man, that attitude is going to flow into everything you do in life, man. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're going to let weak old breezy made stuff in your life in one aspect, it's going to leak into the other aspects. But if you every day, I'm a soldier, fool. I'm a beast. I'm a savage. And I take that to every single thing I do, right? Marriage, family, work, after work, everything. It's all going to flow together, man. And you're going to be that dude. Okay, so, man, whether it be health, wealth, love, happiness, it all goes together. It all flows. It all comes together in one pot when you got alignment, right? And I've been out of whack with it for 30 years, right? With my health, had things go bad because how I treat my body, right? Have had issues, okay? You got to take care of it. Wealth. Man, I ain't wealthy, right? But this is not about where I was. It's about where I'm going. We all want that cheddar. So you got to align yourself, right, with something that's going to get you that cheddar, man. Put that goal, put that purpose, and go get it. But you ain't going to get it sitting there talking about some wild scheme sitting around high. All right? Love. Man, I'm telling you, been married 23 years. Love my wife to death, man. Even through the hard times, the good, the stuff I put her through, she rode with me no matter what, man. And you know what now? Now that I'm the man that I need to be, it's been better than ever. Her patience is paid off. She now has the man she not only wants, but needs and deserves. Love is a beautiful thing, man. You ain't going to get it staring at other people online, watching that porn, chasing multiple girls, thinking you're that player. It's worthless, dog. Trying to hook up with 5, 10 different chicks at a time, juggling. That ain't it, man. That's not what you want. You don't want to be treated that way. So don't be treating females or whatever you're going after like that. If you're a female listening to this and you're a player, if you're a dude listening to this, you're a player, stop. Treat someone how you want to be treated, man. Simple as that. It ain't worth it. That little old bull stuff, man, that ain't getting it. If you look, that's just your insecurity, your ego. Find someone to pour into, man. Find someone you can spend your life with, or at least be looking. And when you're with someone, be with one person, right? That's love, man. And love yourself. And if it don't work out because the other person, that ain't nothing on you, right? That says nothing about you. So if you're going through some emotional relationship stuff, man, hit me up. But again, you have to build the man that knows if somebody else does something, it's not a reflection of me. It don't matter to me. On to the next step, on to the next love of my life, whatever the case may be. But you will not find love and you will not be in alignment if you're trying to hook up with multiple people, if you're watching that porn, if you're on these Instagram, if you're using social media as just a spot to check out people's body parts and all this and that. Man, there's shame attached to that. There's guilt attached to that, right? If your girl walks by and sees you looking at double D's and these big old booties on Instagram, you know you're going to change it real quick. So there's shame and guilt and regret attached to that. So leave that, man. Use these social media platforms for something good, bro. Look at these positive things. Look at these personal developments. Look at these work. You know what I'm talking about, right? But love is important. We all want it, so we got to give it, man. You got to give away that love. You got to give away that compassion. You got to give yourself to someone fully. Stop the cheating. Stop Instagramming, porning, all that. That's all cheating, man. Don't fool yourself. All right? And happiness. Your family, your friends, right? Your career. It's all going to come together when you get alignment, right? So again, Happy New Year. I know you got resolutions. Your resolution needs to be your daily habits. What are you going to do today that's going to set you apart? I want different results, so I'm going to do different things. I want to be a different dude, so I'm going to do different things. I'm going to be up. If you're going to get up at 4, I'm up at 3. I'm up at 3. Do it, man. You think you can't do it? You can do it. 4 a.m. club. You think you don't want to do it till you do it, and you get in there like, hell yeah, fool. I'm doing something different than everybody else. I'm different. You're different. Do it, though, but you unleash that beast. Tell yourself, it's all beast mode. Here on out. That should be your New Year's resolution. I'm a savage. I'm a soldier. That should be your New Year's resolution, man. And get those daily habits that a soldier would have. Start talking to yourself like a Navy SEAL tells himself, right? Like an Army Ranger, man. Like a Marine, fool. Like them fools we look up to. Not these folio player, whatever, drug dealing, this, blah, blah, blah. That's just some entertainment bullcrap, man. Lose that. Start talking to yourself like a warrior, bro. And a warrior loves a good fight. The fight is within. The fight is right here. It's all out there for you. You can do it, man. I've been there. I've been down. I'm at a point where I'm loving life, and I'm going to a place that's going to be beautiful. I want you to come along with me, dogs. Come on, family. No excuses, no victimization, no rationalization, no negotiation. Hell with that. Look in the mirror, create the mind, body, and soul you love, and share that fool with the world. That's what we're doing around here, man. No limits, bro. No limit soldiers. You know how we ride. It's all real. It's all true. It's all for you. Get it right. Get it together. Get aligned. Hit me up with any problems you got. Anybody, anytime you need to talk, hit me up. Shoot me the DM. Let's get it cracking. Let's get you aligned. Let's get you dialed. Hey, man. On the real. If you're living right, you're playing right. If you ain't playing right, you ain't living right. It's nothing but a process. It's the daily habits. Go get it.